First-year middle school student Kushi Nagumo is made homeless by a fire, and his father abandoning him. Kushi is taken in by Minoru Wachai, who feeds him and lets him use the bath. Kushi realizes the bathroom contains 3 naked girls, and flees, knocking over a fourth and ending with his face in her panties. Minoru explains she is manager of the goddess dormitory of Seiken Women's University. The girls are Kiria Sensho, Serene Hasumi, and Frey, plus the girl whose panties he encountered, Aitna Sayatome. Minoru offers Kushi a job as dormitory mother. Aitna, who fears men, refuses to accept Kushi and moves out. Not wanting Aitna to lose her home, Kushi leaves instead. Finding him sleeping on a bench and realizing her selfishness, Aitna brings Kushi back, but passes out after he accidentally gropes her. Kushi begins cleaning but discovers the dorm is known locally as Problem Dorm due to the girls' odd behaviors. Minoru performs scientific experiments and often produces toxic substances, and Frey is a cosplayer who dresses people in costume, often against their will. Plus all the girls seem to enjoy being partially clothed or entirely naked. Kushi scolds them, impressing Minoru he is taking responsibility already. Kuria breaks the floor and falls into Kushi's room. Having gotten excited reading shoujo manga, she asks to share Kushi's room as he resembles her brothers, but when she tries wrestling him he flees to her room. Kuria is left flustered. Serene makes Kushi a bizarre offer to fix the floor if he becomes her servant. Half asleep Kushi agrees and Serene kisses him. The next morning the floor is fixed and Kushi worries over a strange dream he had. Aitna is concerned Kushi and the girls are friends so quickly. While shopping with him Kushi praises the progress she has made with men since they met, which she appreciates, then realizes Kushi made the other girls feel the same way, and flees, only for Kushi to save her by pretending she is his sister when she bumps into 2 men. Aitna surprisingly finds the idea of being his sister intensely appealing, and insists he call her Big Sis. The moment is ruined when her skirt falls down, accidentally showing her panties. She panics and falls with her butt in his face. Regardless, she understands why the others already trust him and decides to help by protecting him from the immoral behavior of the others, though this leads to the others wanting to be his sisters too. The girls compete to see who the best big sister is. Frey dresses Kushi as a girl. Minoru tries to test her latest formula on him. Serene is too hungry to compete. Kuria uses erotic wrestling moves on him and Aitna can't be near him without getting a nosebleed. Kushi decides this is exactly what having sisters is like. Minoru and Frey announce they have enrolled Kushi in middle school. On his first day at school Kushi is punished by Tsuruya Kuroya, his friend he hasn't seen since his house burned down. Tsuruya pretends to be mad at him but privately was worried. Tsuruya, who has heat intolerance, remembers Kushi became her friend because he would make his fingers cold with ice before holding hands. After listening to his story about Goddess Dorm she insists on meeting the girls but Kushi accidentally falls on her. She is tempted to let something lewd happen but overheats and punishes him instead. Kushi hopes to show Tsuruya the dorm is perfectly normal, but when they arrive, they encounter Frey, who is cosplaying as a sexy bunny girl, and Minoru, who's only dressed in her lab coat and panties as her room was in the middle of yet another chemical explosion. Tsuruya decides to judge whether the dorm is suitable. The girls realize Tsuruya has a crush on Kushi. Tsuruya is infuriated by what Kushi considers the girl's normal lewd and dangerous behavior, but is convinced to spend the night in Aitna's room. Tsuruya demands to know what Aitna's relationship to Kushi is, but before Aitna can answer Kushi ends up in a nude situation with Kuria in the bathroom. A furious Tsuruya demands to know if they see Kushi only as a brother or a man, and when they can't answer Tsuruya leaves upset. Aitna and Kuria begin avoiding Kushi. When they forget their lunches Frey forces Kushi to deliver their lunches to them. Since men are banned from the women's campus Frey forces Kushi to cross-dress as a girl. When he is exposed anyway Aitna saves him. Kushi notices Aitna doesn't get a nosebleed while he is cross-dressing. They find Kuria but are forced to change when they accidentally get wet. Aitna borrows one of Kuria's shirts but due to her larger breasts, the shirt rips, exposing her breasts to Kushi and finally giving her a nosebleed. Returning home Aitna announces they all need a vacation together, and Tsuruya is invited too. Serene is uneasy at vacationing away from the moon, the source of her power. Everyone decides to create a portable safe zone filled with moon items. Frey provides a costume from a moon-themed anime which is rejected. Minoru provides moon-themed aphrodisiac, but accidentally uses it on Frey. Kuria tries to teach Serene moon-themed tai chi but Serene becomes too tired. Aitna provides an umbrella with a moon symbol and Kushi finishes washing Serene's jacket which she calls her moon robe, curing her uneasiness. Serene visits Kushi and kisses him in his sleep. At the hotel Aitna admits she organized the vacation to apologize to Tsuruya. Minoru tries to peek on Kushi in his bath, resulting in Aitna being exposed naked and giving Kushi a nosebleed. Everyone sleeps in Kushi's room, in various stages of nudity, except for Aitna who sneaks out. Minoru and Kushi follow her to the haunted section of the hotel. Minoru almost has a moment with Kushi and wonders if it was caused by lust or fear of ghosts. Aitna almost kisses Kushi, despite still wanting to be his big sister, but they are caught by Minoru and Serene. The next morning Frey insists they finally go to the beach. At the beach Kushi remains confused about Etna. A fish gets stuck in Sudia's swimsuit, causing her to struggle to swim. Kushi rushes to save her but remembering he can't swim sends Kuria instead. Sudia is glad Kushi was worried about her. Kushi sees Etna being harassed by men so he pulls her away, revealing Etna no longer gets nosebleeds around Kushi as he makes her feel safe. Sudia apologizes to Kuria and Etna, admitting she was jealous they helped Kushi after losing his home while she couldn't, and is convinced Etna has only sisterly feelings for Kushi. Kushi begins acting strangely. Frey decides cosplay will get him to talk and drags him to her favorite cosplay studio. Frey dresses herself and Kushi as characters from an anime, tricking Kushi into answering honestly. Frey learns most of what occurred during the vacation, and his confusion about his current relationships with the girls clashing with his changing emotions. Kushi realizes he wants to protect Etna, but is unsure if he wants to do it as dorm mother, a brother or as a man, but either way he intends to do it with more confidence from now on. He also learns from Frey that she will stop running from her past and someday try to reveal her true blunt self to the goddess dormitory. Kushi and Sudia attend a festival at the girls' college where Minoru sells aphrodisiacs. Kushi and Sudia are saved from Minoru's lusty female victims by Serene using a highly advanced moon laser. Serene claims this drained her energy and requires a kiss to recharge. She almost kisses Kushi but he thinks of Etna and stops. Etna volunteers as a maid but struggles serving men and falls with her breasts in Kushi's face. Sudia discovers she likes maid outfits. A cross-dressing contest is announced with Kuria as a judge cross-dressed as a boy. Kushi has a drink but realizes it was another aphrodisiac that will reveal his true self. Kuria gives them 3 tickets to a maze and Kushi becomes uncharacteristically excited. In the maze Etna and Kuria realize Kushi is acting his age instead of his overly mature self. Kushi trips in the dark and gropes both Etna and Kuria, returning him to normal. Minoru later reveals Kushi only drank water, meaning everything he did was his own free will. Sudia has great success as a sadist maid. The Occult Research Society attempt to capture Serene to study her moon powers, but are stopped by another aphrodisiac that causes them to chase after the cross-dressed Kuria and cause chaos for the entire festival. Kuria is asked to run her family dojo Christmas party. Etna and Kushi volunteer to help. While cleaning the showers Kushi sees Etna naked, who falls on top of him and gets a nosebleed. Now anemic Etna is unable to help so Kushi and Kuria go shopping. Kuria thinks maybe she and Kushi are on a date but comments from passers-by makes her think Kushi only likes Etna. Kuria decides to be Santa so they ask Frey for help. Frey goes overboard taking Kuria's measurements so Kushi flees before he can see anything inappropriate. Serene is bribed with food to replace Etna. The dojo's younger students insist Kushi and Serene help practice karate, but Kushi is forced to step in when Serene's outfit falls open. One of the students thinks she doesn't deserve a present because she never plays with the others, so Kushi helps her make friends. Kuria and Serene reveal the outfits Frey made and Kuria realizes hers make her panties visible. As he is the reindeer, Serene rides on Kushi's back, causing him to realize she isn't wearing anything under her skirt. Kushi gives Kuria a present so she almost kisses him, until Serene interrupts. Minoru buys a kotatsu. The girls all tease Kushi under the table but also reminisce about using kotatsu with their families. Kushi asks if he and Sudia can use it while doing homework, disappointing Etna. Sudia is hesitant but agrees as long as she doesn't overheat. Etna goes shopping for knitting supplies. Kushi falls asleep under the kotatsu with his foot in Sudia's panties, causing some accidental stimulation which is witnessed by Etna, causing Sudia to punish Kushi and banning him from the kotatsu indefinitely. Kushi begins spring cleaning. Serene's door sticks so she falls from her window and lands with her butt in Kushi's face. Kushi finds outfits in Frey's room she forced him to cosplay in, and is almost punished by Sudia when he also finds underwear. Etna bribes their way into Serene's room with food, finding the door was jammed because her mountains of possessions collapsed when she tried to find New Year's gifts she bought everyone for being her friends. Minoru gets drunk on her gift, a bottle of super strength sake, along with Etna and Serene, so all three pass out on top of Kushi. Etna drunkenly reveals she is jealous of Sudia, but falls asleep before explaining why. Sudia finds them in a pile together and furiously punishes Kushi. New Year is approaching so Kushi plans a large meal for everyone. Noticing Kushi is having a tough time enduring the cold weather, Etna begins knitting gloves as a present for Kushi. Kushi goes grocery shopping with Kuria to prepare a special meal for the holiday, but suddenly collapses with a fever to everyone's horror. Sudia visits in a panic but overheats when checking his temperature, and passes out. The girl's attempts to nurse Kushi back to health goes horribly, from Frey posing as a sexy nurse to Kureya embarrassingly ruining his clothes. Kushi has a nightmare about his home burning down and decides to relieve his unease with a bath, only to be caught by Frey and Serene, who attempt to cure his fever by lewdly massaging him with medicinal oils. Kushi flees naked and bumps into Kureya, who hurriedly dresses him in tattered clothes, though they make it harder for Kushi to endure the cold. Aetna attempt to make rice gruel, but Frey adds her own ingredients which explode, leaving her and Aetna naked, raising Kushi's fever again and making him pass out. Realizing Kushi is dangerously sick, Aetna decides to nurse him properly through the night. While he is asleep, Aetna confesses she is glad he is their dorm mother before falling asleep beside him without getting a nosebleed. Kushi eventually recovers and is able to go shopping with everyone for ingredients for New Year's dinner, while wearing the gloves Aetna made for him.